It is Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank here on WCCS AM 1160 and FM 101.1. It's 9:44, and the Indiana County Bow and Gun Club is going to be having its annual gun show at the S&T Bank Arena on February 17th and 18th. That's this weekend. Rodney Allshouse is with us. He is the president of the Gun Club. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Todd.
It's good to have you with us here this morning. Now, the shootings yesterday in Florida, obviously at the top of everybody's minds. We had a student from Indiana Senior High talking about school security. You're an educator.
Yes.
Spent many, many years.
36.
36 years as an educator. Marion Center Schools?
And down in Washington County.
And in Washington County as well. And so you're very well informed on issues of school safety and,
Yes.
and of course, the gun debate that goes on in our country as well. And I think what happens when you have incidents such as this is the two sides on the gun control issue sit down and they simply repeat their stances over and over and over again, and somebody tries to yell louder than the other one. There has to be a point at which there is a sensible discussion, though, of that issue, isn't there?
Yes, there is, Todd. And I thought a lot about this since last night when the news came about the fatalities. And I just wonder how we can affect the individuals that perpetrate these evil crimes. It's difficult because how do we identify these people? How do we find out who they are and what they are thinking? And that, I think, is the prime direction that we as a society need to go to help these people that are so desperate that they want to strike out in this evil way. As I think about the students that I had in the classes at Marion Center and Fort Cherry High School, I just wonder about them and can't imagine what it's like for the parents and the families of these people, these young people that have been so violently taken from us. Todd, it's just heartrending to think about the families down there in Florida, the extended families, and those who are so broken right now. And my heart reaches out to them. And last night, whenever I heard this news, I was impacted in a way that I haven't been before, thinking about those little boys and girls down there. And my wife asked me, why has this struck you so much than the other shootings that have taken place? And I don't know why, but it just seems that this one is so phenomenal. Well,
I think it's a part of it has to be the actual footage from the scene and the fear that strikes every heart when they get inside the school and the student who recorded on his cell phone the actual incident taking place and how frightening that is for us to watch, and we can't imagine what the kids are going through. The issues of guns in our society, the issue of mental illness, that has to be a part of that entire discussion. And where are the lines drawn in our society? Are they drawn properly now, or do they need moved in one direction or another? Those are discussions that need to take place and need to be ongoing. And I think in our society, if we can get away from the people who will solidly stand on one side and others standing on the other and just shouting at each other, then maybe we can make some progress in that whole discussion. That's the way I look at it anyway. I
served 8 years on the Indiana School Board. Being a resident of Indiana and teaching at Marion Center, I was allowed to do that, and it was a privilege indeed to serve the community that way, to give back to the community so much of what the school district gave to our children. Well, we didn't have to discuss this when I was on the board, but I'm sure that this will be a high level of discussion in the executive sessions that take place. Those are, of course, outside the public meetings, but I would have guessed that will be a huge concern for every district, not just Indiana County, but every district that is so concerned about this now with the obvious tragedy that has taken place there in Florida.
Well, with all of that as our backdrop, that certainly will be something that will be on the minds of everyone attending the show this weekend at the S&T Bank Arena. It's Saturday and Sunday, correct?
Saturday and Sunday, 9 to 5 on Saturday, 9 to 4 on Sunday, and it's open to the public. Anyone can come in and walk around and talk to the vendors. We have a good number of vendors this year. The floor will be full of all variety of sports-related equipment, people that service those kind of individuals, such as myself, and we will just have a good time. We only have one show a year, and this is our weekend. And so we would invite the public to come out and to ask questions of all these people that are vendors at the show, and members of the club will be there and can give opinion about discussions like we are having here this morning, the two of us. And so it's a good show. It's a family event. Of course, the S&T Arena is a great place to have this, and parking is very available. They have lots of parking lots there, just as if you would go out to a softball game in the summer. You can use the same lots. And there's a separate entrance for the gun show away from the venue that is the ice arena. So,
is there an admission charge?
Yes, there is. It's $5 for an adult and $3 for a junior. A junior is a young person between the ages of 12 and 18.
Mm-hmm. All right, and so the event takes place. What were the hours again?
9 to 5 on Saturday, 9 to 4 on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to miss church.
With all of the various issues that will be there, and with all of the vendors, I'm sure that there will be many guns on display there, and folks will want to know, okay, what are some of the other protective measures that are in place, and what are some of the things that are available to me to protect myself, such as Kevlar vests and things of that nature.
I don't know that we'll have anyone selling that kind of body armor or protection. There could be. I don't know what each vendor will bring. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, there will be many people very knowledgeable about all of those ideas and all of those things that are available. And so finding where you might be able to pick up something like that would be available as you would walk around the show and ask different vendors who would be displaying. Of course, at the show, we follow all of the Pennsylvania codes required for the purchase and sale of firearms and ammunition here in Pennsylvania.
And will there be demonstrations as well?
No, we're not going to have any demonstrations. We tried to schedule some of those, but it just didn't work out for this year. We would very much like to expand in that direction, especially in the archery part of our gun club. Mm-hmm. That is something that is very demonstratable at the arena, and we are going to have quite an archery summer, as where there is actually a state competition going to be taking place out at the gun club this summer in July. And this is going to be a well-attended event, and there'll be plenty of people coming to Indiana to try their skill outdoors on 3D targets.
The annual gun show at the S&T Bank Arena, put on by the Indiana County Bow and Gun Club, is going to happen this Saturday and Sunday. Rodney Allshouse is the club president, and as we think about the events that will be happening there, we sort of want to know how big of an organization is Indiana County's Bow and Gun Club. Is it a large amount of members?
Well, we have about 370 right now.
That's large.
That is large. And they are of all level of activity. Some people just come out to just sight their deer rifle in, and that's all they do at the gun club. Mm-hmm. But others, such as myself, and are out there very, very often. Even in the cold months, we had a pistol match the first Saturday of this month. Mm-hmm. It was not warm, and but we had it just the same, and it was slightly attended. The hardcore aficionados go out when it's cold and participate. Mm-hmm. But as the weather warms, such as a day like today, there will be individuals out there using the club for their recreational purposes and recreational skills.
Yeah, and obviously people attending the gun show coming up on Saturday and Sunday would have the opportunity to join?
Absolutely. There will be a club table, and at that table you can either renew your membership if you are currently a member, or you can fill out an application. The applications are voted on the first Thursday of each month at our monthly club meeting, and we go over those applications and vote on approval of these members. Mm-hmm. And so We lose some every year, but we gain more than we lose, and that's been the current operation for the past several years, and we're just growing, and hope to be able to continue to fund this club for recreational shooting, both of firearms and archery.
Are there other things the club does besides offering the shooting venue?
Well, we on the 31st of March, we're actually going to hold an open to the public high-power rifle clinic. We have a high-power rifle match once a month in the beginning in March and ending in October, and that takes place on the second Saturday of each month. And so we're having a clinic. Tom Hemphill is our vice president of rifle, and he is a master shooter. This is quite an achievement for anybody in the rifle shooting venue, and he is quite good, an excellent teacher, really, really interested in helping young people participate in the shooting sports. And so this is open to the public if someone would like to really learn how to properly and safely use their high-power rifle. And for folks who don't know, where is the gun club located? We are at an old Route 56 West. Our address is Shalocta, PA, but if anyone knows where Rigger Farm is, we are just on the other side of the hill from Rigger Farms. Okay, very good. So the show is coming up this weekend at the S&T Bank Arena. It's Saturday and Sunday. Once more time, Rodney, give the hours. That's on Saturday, that's 9 to 5, and on Sunday, it's 9 to 4. $5 for adults, $3 for kids. Yeah, juniors. Juniors, ages what and under? 12 to 18 is a junior, 12 to 18. And over 18 is an adult. Very good. Very good. Thank you for coming in to visit with us today. Thank you for the opportunity, Todd. I'm really blessed that you can let me come and discuss this with you. Well, we appreciate it. We appreciate it very much. 9:56 now, 4 minutes away from 10 o'clock, and it's Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank on WCCS AM 1160 FM.